right, guys, welcome to the podcast. This is a sex podcast part Tiddy. If you notice,
Hell yeah!
yeah, if you notice, we have a picture of a titty mountain in there.
Just so we can actually put this video up.
Yeah, exactly. We needed a thumbnail for it, so that's gonna be it. And this is a sex podcast, so
The
yeah,
titty mountain. You'll
yeah,
legit find
exactly. And it it,
a lot of
it,
those.
it kind of looks like if you look at the background, like in all honesty, it kind of looks like Minecraft.
That's so true.
So it's like a Minecraft titty mountain.
Titty
So
mountain, yeah.
I guess that would make sense. So yeah.
But anyway, we're just gonna be talking about tits today.
Exactly, yeah. And our first topic, I believe, should be titty rings. So like nipple piercings. So
Ooh,
yeah,
well,
go.
okay, that's something rough to start off with. But the first main fact is like, why would you actually want?
Well, I mean, like, I guess if you want a guy sucking on your nipple, I guess you don't like want it to be easy. I guess you want it to be a little bit painful, just in case you like lactate all over him. He won't enjoy it as much.
But wouldn't you just lactate in general once you get it put it in? Or put in?
That's
Because
yeah,
like
that's
squeezing your
true.
tit.
As long, I mean, if it, yeah, I guess so. I guess that would happen. What you can also do is you can get a breast pump, and yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. But you can like stick it on your tit, and then you
Yes.
can just like pump all the milk out, and then get the tit
I like
implant, whatever it
how
is.
it just starts. It first starts with like nipple ring, or it's like, oh, you can get a breast pump. Like,
Exactly. And if you want
I
to
mean,
take off the nipple ring, what you can do is you can put on the breast pump, and you can suck the nipple ring right off.
have you ever seen that one movie? Like, I forget what it's called. It's like, so it was like a funny movie or some shit, right? And this wife starts drinking beer and then like breastfeeds the child. The husband comes in and is like, no, don't do it. It's like, why? Because you just drank beer, and now you're giving it to the baby. So she's like, "How the fuck do I get this out of me?" And he's like, "Hold on, I got the breast pump." So it breaks, and then he tells her to get on all fours, and then starts like milking her like a cow.
Oh, well, that's very interesting. I can only imagine how that would go.
The thing is like there's more to that like part, because like I don't know how to explain it. I gotta find the movie again, but yeah,
Well, I mean, I guess that's a good topic to start off with.
yeah.
So I figured I would turn it over to you this time if you had any interesting topics that you wanted to talk about.
Ooh, tit size.
All right, so since this is part two, I guess we could talk about tit size.
Yeah.
Start us off with that.
So like, all right. So people have different preferences, and people always think bigger is better, but actually sometimes smaller can be better. You know?
Exactly, especially like due to like performance and stuff like that. Like if you wanted to get like the best lactation for your child, judging by the fact that he's not lactose intolerant, so we're just gonna skip by that.
Yeah.
But the fact is, you should always have performance over size,
That's true. I mean,
unless
but
unless you
like
want to have an implant.
nowadays, well, yeah, implants are just different. Like that's what I was about to say. Like nowadays, it's usually implants.
Yeah, that's very true. I know I've noticed a lot of women these days are getting like breast jobs and stuff like that. And it's appealing, but it's kind of decreasing the performance of the actual like
Yeah,
mammary
it's
gland.
appealing to look at, but then like when you squeeze it, it's probably just like bunch of plastic. Like,
Exactly. It'll like in the last episode we were talking about dildos. Like it would probably feel like
yeah,
one of those when you were squeezing it. You know.
it's just like a silicone tit.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's actually what they're made out of.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's like
I could.
getting like one of my real life dolls or some shit. And we'll talk about that in the next podcast
Yeah, I was
or
gonna
some
say.
shit.
Now, one of the topics that we said we were going to talk about was in the last podcast, which was actually uploaded on May 2nd. I actually cannot remember what that topic was. Would you happen to remember?
Ooh, shit. Topic. Wasn't it about like shitting? Yeah,
It
shit
was. Oh
fetishes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. So like, we were talking about how like people like shit on each other, and it's just kind of weird.
Yeah, I
So
mean it's part titty, but like, is there something called like Queefin Steveland or Cleveland? And
well, I
basically,
guess
it's
we
like
we could do something like that, but I mean, like, we'll have to save that for like a couple podcasts in the
no,
future, you
no,
know.
but no, no, but that like that revolves with like titty and shitting, but like the dude like takes a shit between the breast.
Well, I mean, I guess you could do something like that, but I mean, it would just be a little uncomfortable for the girl because she's just waiting and they're waiting to have sex with this guy, and then he's just shitting on the toilet.
Or no, on her chest.
Yeah, that could work too. I mean, it would lubricate them a lot, but.
Did you not hear me? A queef in a queef in Cleveland is when a guy like just shits between the breast of a girl.
Exactly, and it'll lube it.
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, it would just feel warm at first, but then like you would smell it.
Yeah, that might be a little unnerving. So what you might want to do is you might want to take those nipple rings from earlier and stick them up your nose so you can't smell anything.
Or just get fucking tampons and shove them
You could do that too. Pads wouldn't work as well, but you could always use
in.
like the actual spring tampons.
Well, pads never work when you're trying to shove them in your nose, but yeah.
That's true. You could also use the tissues that you use for masturbating 2 days earlier. I mean that could
You know
possibly
how
work.
crusty that would be?
It would be crusty, but you know what? It wouldn't be a waste of tissues.
Fuck it.
You know what?
Reduce,
I mean,
reuse, recycle.
I'm not implying anything, but you know what? It would work. You know.
I'm gonna look back at this channel. I'm gonna be like, these are some good sex tips as when I was a teen.
Exactly. Like we're gonna look back at it when we're like 50 or 60, and we're just gonna be like, first of all, what the hell were these kids thinking, talking about all this sex and shit like that? And then we're gonna realize, no, wait, it was actually a pretty good idea because it was actually very helpful in my teenage life.
And speaking of this, the second video we uploaded yesterday, why is that blowing up?
I'm not exactly sure. I'm actually looking at it right now, and I'm fairly sure it has over 70 views, which is insane. Like judging by we made the channel like 10 minutes before we uploaded the video, which it has 99 views.
Yeah, and
I'm kind of questioning people's search histories right now and whether their incognito tab was used or not.
okay, well, good question for you all. So when you looked this up, what were your intentions to find?
Probably the intentions were to find maybe like actual like sexual intercourse on our channel, but that is not what we talk about. All we talk about is like sexual material and stuff like that and dildos. You know, we're just in it to be funny.
Yeah, that's true. But also another thing is like, if you're watching this just to like, I don't know, maybe see like tits or some shit, it's not happening.
Yeah, I was gonna say
putting
this is not what our channel's about, but I mean, if it's clickbaiting you guys, then I mean, it gets us the views, you know. Nah, I'm only playing, but like, yeah, like you're not gonna see anything graphic on here. I mean, it's some stuff's gonna be
Yeah.
implied, but it's not actually gonna be in the video.
But our profile picture is just a dildo, so I mean.
Yeah, it's just a black dildo, because you know we're trying to get this
That's the
channel
only
taken
thing
down as fast as possible.
we're trying to get it taken down and then making another one that's more family friendly, I guess.
Well, not more family friendly. It's probably gonna be worse than this one, but you know what? That's okay.
Well, what I mean is like it's allowed to stay up on it.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess we can make it like less like hardcore sexual intercourse all the time, but you know,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that would work. All right,
I
now
mean,
I had
oh,
another topic before we end it. 'Cause this one's gonna be rather short. It's gonna be a 10-minute podcast.
why 10 minute though?
What was that?
Why 10 minute though?
Because it needs to be a little bit shorter,
I guess.
just like my penis.
Well, I'm Asian, so. And also, can we get this cleared? Like, I know it's funny. It's just like penis size for Asians. It's actually not always small, surprisingly.
Yeah, I've always found that to be a stereotype. It's very interesting.
But it's funny. Like,
Exactly. Yeah, it's a very funny stereotype, but it's like if you think
we should
about
have
it.
covered this in the last thing.
Yeah, we really should have covered it in the last thing, but I did want to get to one last topic because we have like maybe 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
So I saw this thing on Instagram, and it was called I think it was called like the Komodo dragon or something like that, or something like that. And so what happened is like the minute you come in your girl's mouth, you immediately smack the back of her head so it's coming out her nose, and she looks like an angry dragon or whatever it was. So I kind of wanted to see what was going on with that, because you know what, I heard something about that once, and I was just like, you know what, I think I should bring that up.
No. What about the Houdini trick?
What's the Houdini trick? I've never heard of that one.
So like when she's bent over and she's just taking it like a dog,
Yeah.
you stop for a quick second, and then like your friend comes out of the closet or some shit, and then just puts it in her, and it runs away.
So there's two guys penetrating her at once.
No, but like the thing is that the guy who's initially fucking her goes away, goes on the window outside, and knocks on it.
Uh-huh.
That's usually how it is.
Oh, that's weird. I don't understand that one. That was a little weird. There was one more. It's called the Angry Raccoon. So what
Uh-huh.
you do is you defecate, and then you take your fingers and you rub them around her eyes, and then when
Oh.
she looks at you, she looks like an angry raccoon. Then what you do is you run out of the house as fast as you can and knock over the trash bins when you're running.
Oh my god.
That there is called the angry raccoon.
Okay, well, you know what? One thing we should make this clear now is that like every video that we starts with Dick, Tiddy, or some shit like that, it's now the first topic we're gonna talk about is gonna be about that, I guess.
Exactly. Like the last one was called part dick, and we didn't start talking about dicks until we got into dildos.
Yeah, but we're gonna like talk about it in there, but it's
It's
gonna
just
be
not going to
other
be
shit.
it's not going to be the first topic that we bring up.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are actually out of time, so thanks for joining us today, and we'll have another one released tomorrow. See you guys.